what's going on, guys? HaVoC here now. Today we're going to be taking a look at some things in Clash Royale that we weren't supposed to get. Basically things that were ruled out at one point, and years later we got that feature. I actually made one of these videos years ago in 2017, but I decided it's time for a refresh. I tried to remake this video last year, but things didn't go as planned. It got lost in the algorithm and I ended up deleting the video, so it basically doesn't exist anymore. Don't worry though, barely anybody watched it, so here we are again. Without further ado though, let's get right into it.
Let's do this.
Ability to open more than one chest at a time. This is referring to the chest slots and being able to unlock 2 of them and open them up. Everyone knows having 4 slots can be a pain sometimes, so some players were wondering, hey, Supercell, can we have a way to open more than one chest at a time? Well, as many things in this video, that sure does sound like something we already have, right? With the introduction of seasons back in mid-2019, you could now queue a chest so that it starts unlocking after one is done. Technically, you aren't opening or unlocking 2 chests at the same time, since if one of them is done, the other still has to unlock. But if you start unlocking a chest and queue one up and come back hours later, you kind of opened 2 chests at the same time. This one is debatable, so feel free to comment your thoughts down below. Before we move on, this video is kindly sponsored by the greatest mobile game of all time, Raid Shadow Legends. Now, it's been a while since we talked about Raid on this channel, and the game just keeps growing. There are now over 600 champions, all from which come from unique factions, and each have their own story to tell. But today, let's talk about the orcs. They usually get a bad rep, but in Raid, they're not all bad. After a devastating downfall for the orcs, they've joined with some allies, but can the orcs really trust the allies? Well, I'm not gonna spoil it. You gotta play the campaign to figure that one out. But I'll tell you one thing, my favorite is Gallic. He happens to be accessible at the start of the game, so love at first sight, eh? Besides enjoying the story and playing with Gallic, I've had a blast checking out all the champions and their stats, along with summoning new ones. There's a ton happening in Raid this month, special events daily, new champions, and the brand new Guardian Ring that gives you a load of new ways to use your champions. With all these new updates, now's the perfect time to get started in Raid because in December, big things are happening. And if you want an even bigger head start, all you have to do is hit the link in the description or scan the QR code right here. New players will get an epic hero Chanuro, 200,000 silver, 1 XP boost, 1 energy refill, and 1 ancient shard so you can summon an awesome champion as soon as you start playing. Again, links are down below and I'll see you in the game. So, back to the video. Ability to use taunts and emotes as a reaction in the clan chat. Yup, we got exactly that. And I know I mentioned this in a previous video, actually pretty recently, so yeah, let's keep it brief. Emotes have been in the game since the beginning of time, and allowing us to use these emotes in the chat has been ruled out since forever. Now, when these new emotes were added in the summer of 2018, we could now use them in the chat. Or I think it was an update after that, but still, we got it. Card info should show the next level upgrade. This is weird because exactly how it was said was added. Even if you don't have enough to upgrade a card, it'll still show you its next level upgrade stats. Now, it's unclear why this was ruled out in the first place, much like everything on this list, but it seems like they thought about it again and said, hey, it wouldn't be that bad, right? For comparison, back in the day before this was added, you could only compare stats with Tournament Standard or if that card was ready to upgrade. Today, it's available at any point. You can always see the next level stats. See who is online in the clan. At one point, this idea seemed laughable and rather creepy, right? I mean, who wants to be stalked online? The only way to know if someone was online for years was if they were your friend and in the clan battling. So like, you know, spectate, you knew they were online because they were in a freaking battle. Well, that has all changed because now you can see who's online and when they were last online. Both seeing who is online and seeing when they were last online were ruled out. So we weren't supposed to get both of those things. I guess it was just privacy concerns, but at the end of the day, I mean, who really cares, right? Clan chat filters. It's unclear what they meant by filter because there's usually no description with these ruled out features, unless they really need to go into specifics. But in this case, no. It's most likely they were talking about a censor filter because they have this in Clash of Clans, Brawl Stars, and I'm pretty sure every Supercell game by now. Well, the feature ended up in the game nonetheless, which is good, because clan chats can get wild sometimes, and it doesn't always stay family friendly. Punishment for leaving a 2v2. 2v2 was added a long time ago. It's a fun way to play the game without going through all the pain that ladder can cause. So when 2v2 was introduced, a lot of players reported that people were leaving the match and nothing was happening. So they wanted a way to punish these people and kind of like make them stop doing that, you know? Well, a few months after 2v2 was added, the team ruled out the possibility of any punishment for leaving a match. This remained this way for a little over a year and a half until May of 2018, when they changed their mind. You could now get a 1-hour ban for leaving a 2v2 match. Now, although this is what some people wanted, not everyone agreed. This feature was rather annoying to deal with in cases of the player lagging out or simply wanting to leave because their teammate was just trolling. It's also rather harsh, some people say. Either way, I don't care, I do not have an opinion, just leave it in the comments down below. Was this a good addition or not? More frequent card requests. This one was added, but not the way everyone wanted. What everyone was asking for is a reduction in time it takes to request cards. Instead, we got a paywall behind it. This doesn't mean they didn't fix the problem though. I mean, they literally added a feature to request more. I know you have to pay for it, but they did what we wanted. This isn't new to Supercell games though. They have done this in Clash of Clans, they have done this in Heyday, I believe. The only difference between these two games is that in Clash of Clans, your clan can unlock perks, and one of them is faster request times. In Clash Royale, there's nothing like that. So yeah, although they added a ruled out feature that we weren't supposed to get, not everyone is on board with it. Permanent emote muting. This one ties into another feature later on in the video, but basically, once the ability to mute emotes was added, players wanted to have a button in the settings or a toggle that would allow them to mute them permanently. Why, you may ask? Well, every time you muted emotes in a match, it would toggle off in the next match, so you would have to turn it off again and again and again. Now, Clash Royale didn't add a button to turn this off, but what they did is pretty cool. Every time you click the button now, it won't reset after the match. So now, if you mute the emotes, it'll stay like that. If this isn't exactly what everyone wanted, then I don't know what is. Multiple player battles. We mentioned this one in a recent video, so again, I'm gonna try and keep it very short. Basically, this was described as a 2v2 or 3v3 or any battle that included more than 2 players. I mean, do I even have to explain this one? Obviously, we have 2v2. You know, something that they rolled out, we have. It's highly unlikely that we'll ever get a 3v3 or 4v4, but if 2v2 was once rolled out, you never know what the future might hold. Also, side note, I'm super glad Clash Royale listened to the community on this one because 2v2 is pretty awesome. I don't play a ladder, so Clash Royale to me is literally just 2v2. Donate epic cards. There was no specific reason on why this was rolled out, but it's pretty clear that it's because epics at the time were the rarest card. And even after legendaries were added, epic cards were still rather rare, so Supercell just didn't want to give them out like free candy. Over time though, we got a lot more epic cards and legendaries, so now it didn't seem so crazy to give away a few epics every once in a while. So the Clash Royale team added Epic Sunday, a chance to receive and donate epic cards every Sunday. Daily, monthly, or weekly quest. Once again, no specific reason. Some features on this list did have reasons, but like most of them, it was written with no context whatsoever. Although quests have been removed from the game, yes, we know, it was a feature for a very long time. Quests were added in replacement to achievements, and did include daily quests, and in some cases, weekly quests, monthly quests, when seasons were added. Yeah, that whole daily, weekly, or monthly quest thing being ruled out was in fact added into the game. Although it was removed later on, but yeah. Any card that can heal. This one did have a reason. The team thought it would ruin the game and change battles in a bad way. This was before the heal spell, before the battle healer, and before the heal spirits. After experimenting with a few concepts though, they finally decided to try the heal spell. This card was okay, but it never popped off. It was never popular. I think everyone knows by now, but Supercell ended up replacing it with the heal spirits. This was the first time in history where Supercell removed a card or replaced it with another. Then somewhere in between, we also got the battle healer, which heals as she attacks. It's good they take risks because these cards don't seem to be ruining the game in any way. So yeah, good job. A card that can move troops back or front or to the side. It's hard to say what exactly this means, but there's a lot of scenarios where I can say a couple cards have moved other cards, like the tornado and the fisherman. They also said a wind card was rolled out, but it seems to be that the tornado is kind of a wind card, so yeah. So yeah, at one point, any card that can move a troop somewhere else was basically rolled out. And now we have a couple cards, or probably more than that by now, that can move a card. A troop that can increase the damage around it when it dies. Sounds familiar? Well, yes, the lumberjack does exactly that. Kind of. See, the rage spell only increases the speed of the troops in it. But the way Clash Royale works is that if you increase a card's hit speed, you're basically increasing the damage it does. So if you happen to have a Hog Rider under a rage, it'll do way more damage than a Hog Rider without a rage. Am I right? Or right? I don't know why this was ruled out if the Lumberjack was added very early on in the game, but maybe this was just one of those situations where they were like, nah. But wait. It would be cool if we tried at least. Clan challenges. Rarely any type of clan challenges was rolled out. It quickly became apparent though that maybe this wasn't such a horrible idea. The clan chest was added and it was very fun. Then came Clan Wars. Then Clan Wars 2.0. I don't consider Clan Wars to be a challenge though. I think the original clan chess was more of what it falls into this category, you know? But still, the fact that clan challenges was ruled out, I can think of many situations where I've done challenges with my clan, like I said, Clan Wars, Clan Battles, Clan Chest. Of course though, we have to understand this list of ruled out features was written a very long time ago. Some of these things on this list can be traced back to like 2016. So perhaps in 2016, Supercell was not thinking about any type of Clan Wars or Clan Chest. So yeah, it was ruled out, but then they changed their mind. A shuffle button. You know that button in challenges where you can shuffle your cards? Well, the thing that was rolled out here was adding that button onto the deck screen. I accidentally mentioned this in one of my recent videos because I didn't know this existed, but yeah, this is in the game under a menu in your deck screen. Basically what this button does is just shuffles your cards and creates a random deck. That's pretty much it. Muting emotes. I left this one for last because I feel like I've mentioned this one a million times, and I myself am a little tired of mentioning it too, so I understand how you guys might feel. But to sum it up very quickly, the game launched with 4 emotes. Problem was, they could be spammed, and there was no option to turn it off. So if you lost the match, the enemy would most likely get to your feelings, and there was nothing you can do about it. I mean, I still have nightmares of the king going hee-hee-ha. So basically, Clash Royale said that we will not let you mute these emotes. Of course, the community didn't take this well. Everyone just wasn't on board. Nobody agreed with Supercell. Basically, the reason they said that was that anything that evokes emotions was healthy for a game such as Clash Royale. Again, nobody agreed. A couple months later, they released another statement about what they said and, you know, basically just taken it back. Like, whatever we said, yeah, never mind. Shortly after, a button to mute these emotes was added into the game. So guys, I think that should be it for this list of features that we weren't supposed to get. Basically, like I said, features that were once ruled out, but we got anyways. Developers are humans and they change their mind as well, and something that may have seemed like a bad idea years ago may seem like such a great idea today. So yeah, that's why these things happen. Now again, I want to thank Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. Links are down below so you can check out the game. And yeah, with that being said though, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching. Have a gaming out. Peace!